everyone, welcome back. Of course, I hope you're already in for some new DIY inspiration. If you're new here and you see me for the first time, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I keep it short. On this channel you will find seasonal DIYs and daily decor DIYs, so enough to see. Do you want to see even more DIYs? Come on over to my description box. There you find all the links for our DIY channels, so go check it out. And if you like this content, of course, I hope you will subscribe to my channel, because subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and give me a thumbs up. Enough talking for today. I'm going to take out my tumbling tile blocks again. Of course, I hope you join me. And if you're only here for watching, I of course have fun watching. And here you see what we will use for this DIY. We need, of course, our tumbling tile blocks, some scissors, some brushes in little different sizes, some glue sticks, of course our wood glue, some wax at your choice, some paint at your choice. I have my glue gun over here, but most of the time I will use my wood glue, because I want that my DIY project will stay totally in one piece, because that's why I use my wood glue. What we're going to do for this DIY today, we are going to make a windmill planter for all seasons, so you can decorate it for any season you want. We are going to start with our windmill, and the windmill will be a windmill only for the in one piece, just so only for using as the back side. We are going to make 4 pieces of 2. You see it like this. And what we're going to do, we are going to do the top with some glue, like this. Very easy. All of them, one of them you do in the wood glue, like this. You see already, if my English not the greatest, just look what I'm doing, then you also understand it. And like this. And we are going to do this one, of course, over here, and we're going to glue this one over here, and we're going to do this one over here. So now we already have 4 pieces already glued together. And make sure, before I forgot to tell you, I always have a wet kitchen towel beside me, so I can wipe away the glue I don't need. Of course, you can do it also with your fingers or with something else. I'm going to lay them on this side so they can dry a little better. Now I'm going to make 2 of 4 pieces. So again, take 4 over here, and we take another 4 again, and now we make a little train, and again do some glue on the tops, and we only need to glue, oh, you see already they are walking away, 2 and number 3, and we also do 1 from this one, number 2 and a number 3, like this. And we're going to place them together, make a nice straight line, and we're going to do it this way, and we're going to this way. Now we have already 4 in one piece. We're going to do this one. Make sure that you have a straight line, then your work looks much better if you just do a little more with some rest. Sometimes we at DIYs always want to do it too fast, and then sometimes it doesn't always complement your work. So take your time and just make sure that you keep it in place for a little moment, and we can let this dry in for also a couple of minutes. So we have 4 of 2, 2 pieces of 4, and now we're going to go with, we need 1 loose one, we need again 1 of 2. We almost have the base of our windmill, at least the back sides. There will be a windmill, and this will be a number 1 of 2, and we're going to do for the last one will be 1 of 3. And of course I use the wood glue, but maybe you have something else, maybe E6000, but I recommend the wood glue against the glue of your glue gun, because if you want to stay this for a long time, then I would recommend please use the glue from your wood glue, because that keeps your project much better. I have so many projects I did in the early days with early days. It looks like I'm really old. I am old, but not that old. Not that old. At least they broke, all of them broke, especially when you have it in the sun. So the last time what I can do with my wood glue, most of the time I do with wood glue. You see already with this one of the blocks is already much bigger than the other one. That's always something I don't understand. In a package you can do the same blocks, but the measurements always are different. But I have the same problem like I have. Now we have our pieces. What we're going to do, we can need also a wheel of a round, and you can glue 3 pieces together like this, very easy. Draw a little round in it and saw it out. I have already a long time laying around because I make lots of things like wheelbarrow and other kind of thing I need wheels for. So I have already one in the black. So I'm going to use this one, and you see already he is also from 3 blocks. Draw it over and you can make your own little wheel, and you also can do it from maybe a piece of cardboard or maybe something else from wood. It doesn't matter. So, but you also can make it from 3 of this one. So you see I turned over my mat where I'm working on because I want to make sure that my windmill is drying at the right way. So I'm taking the 2 pieces of 4. I'm going to lay them down, and this I think is one of the most easiest way to make a windmill when you want to use it in your decor. You also can use it as a display on the back side on a tray or something else, but this is so easy to make. And if you want to see more inspiration for it, go to Pinterest. You find lots and lots of beautiful decorators who make beautiful decor, so go check it out. And but I'm going to make this one. Of course, I make them from tumbling tower blocks. It's always a little bit different if you make them from other wood. So I'm going to go for this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the 4 pieces of 2 because we need to make the top of the windmill. And of course, I'm going to try to give it a nice shape like this. And even when then my wheel is still fitting on top, but I want to be sure that here inside is a little square. I go to you a little bit backwards so you can see it a little better. So you see here's a little square. If we do it this way and this way, we have a square in the middle. That means that all our tops of our windmill, here in the Netherlands we call it beacon. I have to look it up, of course. I know the totally is windmill, and you also have the I have to know how they are called, but it slipped my mind. But don't worry, you know what I mean. And make sure that you have a little square over here and a little triangle over here. And I hope that my wheel is, when I'm going to glue it, everything will glue under my wheel. So I'm going to get my glue and I'm going to give it on the top some glue of my glue gun. I do it over here. I do it over here, I do it over here, and I do it on this two and on this two. And then I'm going to make sure that I still have the line I want to have, and have my square on top of here. And now I'm going to lay in my piece of wood, and I hope that everything will touches the places that I hope they will, like this. And I'm going to give it some little pressure, and it doesn't matter if your glue is coming out. You are going to work that you just take your smaller brush like this one and just go around it and move it away, but not right now because you still can move everything. So I'm just going to let this dry in. And here you see when he is dried up, but he didn't dry up the way I hoped that he did. I did give some pressure with my paint cans, and I waited at least 2 hours. But for this pieces, the 2 longer pieces, the attachment was a little bit too small, so they was very wobbly. So I had to turn it over. It still was intact, and I did place on the back side a wooden slice. But you also can do a piece of wooden cardboard. At least. You can do at least a piece of cardboard or some wooden slice. I always have this kind of wooden slices in different sizes already on hand for years already. I always buy them on AliExpress, so you can buy them anywhere. Also, probably the Dollar Tree also will have this kind of wooden pieces. So I placed one on the back side, exactly on the height. The black one is also, and now we can attach a little bit more lighter piece. So I hope now it will stay in place correctly. So I did this because it did need a little bit more steadiness. So I showed you a little bit, and if you turn it over like this, look, this is the top side. You see, this is how he's looking, and now he is really steady, but I had to fix a little with it. So if you're going to make it, be sure that you also give the other side, or what you also can do if you don't want to use the back side, you also can do, I use now 3 blocks for a round, just do a little bit, a couple of blocks more, and then you make the round a little bit bigger. Then you also have the same idea what I have on the back side, and then the legs have a little bit more steadiness. So, but we're just going to build it further and further. What we're going to do, we have of course our 3-piece, our 2-piece and our 1-piece. We are going to lay this over here, this probably over here. You can do it anywhere you like, and I like this. I think maybe a little higher, this way and this way and a little this way. What I'm going to do, I was thinking before I was gluing it, I think maybe before I will do a little basket and then place my windmill inside and then glue it on the basket. But maybe I also can do a basket on front and just give the front also 2 legs. That makes it even more unique and more like unique for yourself or in your own home. And there you are again. You just fell on my table. You were just right in my in my windmill. So there you are again. So what I was telling you about is it is a little bit hectic what I'm going to tell you about, but maybe just look the way I do it, then it's very easy. Then I explain it. So I'm not going to use the 2-piece. I'm going to use this one later. So lay it aside. I'm just going to glue the 1-piece over here. That's the first thing I'm going to do, because he will be there, of course. So and then we're going to lay this windmill apart, and then we're going to make first a basket, and then in a moment you will see exactly what will be the idea. So just glue it and press it down until it is a little stuck like this. And now I'm going to place the windmill beside over here, and I'm going to get my 3-piece, and I'm going to make more pieces of 3. I'm going to be exactly, I'm going to not 4, I'm going to make 8 pieces of 3 for the sides. So 4 on this side, 4 on that side, and on the bottom we also need, I think, 2 or 3. We are not going to make it very wide basket, just a little bit of the smaller. So we do it, I will do the basket step by step, so because or else you get very confused for my English. Like this. So I'm going to place it aside. So we have one, and we're just going further, and we're going to make our other ones and this one and glue it together again like this. Make a straight line, press it down, and again keep it in place. And so we're going to make at least first the 8 for the sizes. You see, we have 8 pieces of 3 of our sides. With a D, I always say sizes. I don't know why I do that, but it is sides. So we are going to get one, and we're going to get some lining like this. We just make a nice line over here, and we're going to lay it down, and we're going to do also over here, do some glue on the middle of our block, and we're going to lay it down and lay them in between. We're going to do again some glue on this, and we do this with 4 of our blocks. So again, lay it down, and this one we close it up with this one and make a nice straight line and press them together like this. So make sure that you have a nice straight line like this. And now we're going to let this dry, and I'm going to do, of course, the other side also with the to each other, but I do it a little bit faster. So our 2 sides are, are drying. We are now going to make the bottom, and it will be very easy. Of course, also 3 on this side, and this part we just glue together. If you want to have it wider, just do a row of 3 extra, or maybe 2 extra. I don't want it too wide. I just want to put some greenery in front, but not too much. Maybe I go, yeah, maybe. No, I think I'm going for 2 rows, but of course you can do anything you like. And you saw already the pencils are already flying around. This DIY is on a day I really have no idea, but this is really a DIY with obstacles, we just say. And it is not even Monday, so bear with me. And of course I'm going to press it down and let this dry in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to glue them together. So they dried in for a couple of minutes, and now I'm going to do 1 layer of our glue in the middle of the blocks. We have to get enough on each block, and like this, and lay it down and just place them together like this and make a straight line. And we also going to let this dry in, but of course this is the bottom, so we can already go further with our sides, and everything is not totally dried up, so you have to be careful still if you don't wait too much. We need a couple of our loose blocks over here. So what we're going to do, because we need also the loose blocks and we need them, we're going to place this one over here, and this one will be over here, but you see already at the ending it's just, maybe I can turn it to you this way. We have the bottom, we have the sides, and now you see 1 block is totally fitting on top of here. So we only need to build this up, and then we have our little basket already finished. So for the smaller size is very easy. We only need 4 blocks like this and 4 blocks and this way, and then we totally have our basket. And this is 1, and of course this one needs some glue, this one needs some glue, number 3 needs some glue, and number 4 is only the closure, and this will number 2 from this side and number 3 from this side. And again roll them together like this in a nice straight line. Squeeze it a little in, and again make a nice straight line. We're going to do this with this one also. Make a straight line, and we're going to squeeze it in a little. You see already he wants to escape. You saw him going, but we kept him in place like this. And just let this dry in also again for a couple of minutes. So our parts of our basket are dried in, so we are going to do it very easy. This is the bottom. I have to lay it a little beside like this. We are going to glue this side and we glue this side. So what we're going to do, we're going to first give this one a layer with our glue. Of course this side, not this one. We're going to do a layer over here. I have to do it right, because or else everything goes wrong. I'm going to do the tops. This will be 1 glue, and like this, but at the end we hope it will turn out very nice. At least we hope. At least we hope. I'm going to place this one already on top and this one over here, and we need this one to glue together. So what we're going to do, we're also going to glue this side of the bigger sides, not the smaller one, but the bigger ones. So again, some on this side and this way. We're going to place it over here. We go to this one the same, just some glue over here. And of course, don't mind the way I glue, because I am just always one big mess, so don't worry about it. And I'm going to place it down, and we're going to place it together like this. And I'm going to place this one over here, and this one will be against here, and this one will be against here. So now we can close it up like this. And of course, I'm going to squeeze it, press it in, and make a nice square, of not a square. Here in the Netherlands we say rechthoek. So a nice little basket, but a small one, like this. So I'm going to look for, and this way. And now I'm going to give it some pressure, and I'm going to let this dry in. Our box is dried in, and you see this is how he's turned out, and I think he turned out very nice. I only hope that our windmill will not fall over, so everything is just an experiment. We will see how this will turn out. We are going to place this aside, and we already have, if everything is correct and you did this DIY also, you already have one piece of two already laying, but we are going to make one extra, because we need to use that later on the front as legs. So again, we make one extra with it. So like this, squeeze it and press it down. And we're going to let this dry in also. And then we're going to start, before we glue everything together, first I'm going to paint everything in my color at choice, but you can choose any color you like. Here you see laying all the pieces on our table, our little basket, of course the mill, and of course the two pieces with our later for legs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my chalk paint, and I'm going to paint it in the light, a little bit creamy. It's not a little bit sand color, is it more? So I'm going to look how this will turn out. Of course the black I have to do, I think, a couple of times. I don't know if he will totally be in this color, we will see. And maybe I like when this one is a little bit darker than the rest. So, but choose any color you like, which one is fitting more for your decor. So if you see already, it's only a couple of pieces we only need for this windmill planter. So it's very easy and fast to do. So I'm going to go with some paint, but I won't bore you with that. So I will do that, of course, a little faster. And here you see all the pieces are in one coat of the paint, of the chalk paint. I'm going to later distress a little bit the little round, because I don't like it that is totally almost exactly the same color. So I'm going to give it a little bit of distressing, but you can do anything you like. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look for where I can place my little basket. Of course, he will be over here, but I have to look for it, because these are the legs and they have to be at the same measurement like I have them over here. So I have to measure out and then look for where I can have them, you see, like this. And I have to look for what's the best way to get them on the straight line as this one. So I will figure it out and I'll let you know in a moment. It was a little bit of a task to get them on the straight line. Of course, first I did my little bucket on top of here, and I made some lines here and lines here, lines here. So I have the at least already the underground. You see here, I have here a line, here one, and here. Then I took my legs, which were coming on the front. I placed them on top of here, but not totally over it. And then I took over the little line off on the underside, and I did this one also, place it over a little, and I just did also a little mark over here, and then I took the marks together this way, and I did on this one the same. So I hope when I'm going to place this one, first I'm going to go, of course, he will be over here like this, and then I can easily mark out the line. It has to be this way for the underside of my basket. And of course, maybe I'm totally wrong. then we don't even see how it will work. But if everything is correctly, then your legs should have fit. So I'm going to glue them. So first we're going to do this middle piece, which we signed off with our marker. And of course I did here a line and here a line. This is just the little basket. So I'm going to do some wood glue. Of course wood glue, because glue from your glue gun doesn't hold it. So I'm going to go over here and place it in the middle. I'm going to do also the same over here. And I'm going to lay down my basket over here. And first I'm going to look that I have also the sides on the same line. So measure out a little bit with your eyes where you want to have it exactly. Of course this way, and I have to go a little more to the side like this. And now I'm going to lay it down. Of course he's always going wobbly. So be sure that he doesn't go off your line, and just let it get a little bit of your pressure of your hands. Not too much, but a little. And make sure that it sucks a little the glue inside of the wood. Like this, just squeeze a little. And now you only need to do, of course, we have to glue, but we don't have to glue the parts which are under it. So we only go over it and we do a little bit of the top. You see here, here's the line. I'm going to turn it over because the line will be on the outside, because I need that for measure out. And later I'm going to do a little bit of paint over it. You won't see it anymore. So just turn it over, and of course make sure if you keep your finger over here, then you know that you only need to glue this part. And of course I do also with this one already. So I have both of them already to glue. And again, a little in the middle. We have to be sure that everything's sticking all right. And now we're going to place it over here and make sure that you have it in the same line. And like this. And I'm going to place this one also over here. And we have to be sure that we have it in the same line. And then give it some pressure. And then let it dry in right now. I also show you a little bit behind the scenes. I take a wet towel and I get a little small brush, and I'm going to go lightly around the little feet with the glue. So try to get as much glue away as you can before we're going to paint it. So, and then we're going to let it dry at least for a couple of hours, because this really has to dry in. So again, and now I'm going to let it rest. And it can go his way. And then I hope when we place it straight up, we hope that he doesn't wobbly or something else, but we will see. And you see, we glued everything together, his legs, and of course we also painted everything. And you see, he can stand up very nicely on his own. And I'm so happy how he turned out. Of course, we are going to decorate it. What we're going to do, I have, of course, this round on top of here, but I also have a wooden slice I used on the back side. I have one left over, and I'm going to glue this over here. But before I'm going to do it, I'm going to make a print for here and on this side and on this little block. So I think I'm going to do here an arrow, and here I'm going to do Christmas tree, maybe Christmas market or something else. I have to look for, but you will see that in a moment. And you see, this is the little print I'm going to use. I have here a little arrow in the little bit of the olive green color, and of course our Christmas trees. And I'm really happy, at least I hope I'm happy, when I Mod Podge it on top of here, and this one and this one. You will find this one also in our free printable, so if you want to use it, go ahead. So now first I'm going to cut out our bigger round and the smaller one. But of course I always do one extra. If I cut wrong, I still always have one left over like this, and I need one arrow. You see, I did cut out my prints, two of the Farm Fresh Christmas trees, and I'm going to get my Mod Podge and I'm going to do some Mod Podge on here. And it doesn't matter how you do it, Mod Podging, I think everyone can do some Mod Podging. So I'm going to do this one over here and I'm going to place my biggest one over here because my little round is this way. I have a wooden round, but you can use a cardboard round. I also use that a lot, so you can use anything you like. So I already have one finished and I'm going to glue this in the front of our little windmill planter. And I'm going to Mod Podge, of course, very easy, this one. So I'm going to do some Mod Podge over here on the wood. So in the middle, make sure that you have too much, not too much, but at least enough. Let us say it this way. So you want to have it completely in the Mod Podge, and it always dries clearly up. So I'm going to have to make sure that I have it in a straight line and like this, and just place it on top and work away around it. I don't want the top to be shiny, but if you like the shiny color more, then if everything is dried up, you have to go over it with Mod Podge a second time. But I always love a little bit more of the matte finish, so I'm going for this look. And you see, I have to be sure that I have it in there. I think he should have everything like this, so he has to be perfectly on top of here. So, and I'm going to do my arrow. I'm going to do on the little loose block we have over here. So very easy, just do some Mod Podge over here and place your arrow inside and make sure that you have it also again in the middle like this. And we're going to squeeze it down like this, and we're going to let this dry. And you see, we did our prints on top, and now the only thing we need to do, of course, is some greenery inside. And you can use some normal greenery, some Christmas greenery, but I think I'm going to go for some Christmas trees, so to make it feel like we have the same theme we have on our print. So I'm going to go for some Christmas trees, but you can do anything you like, and I did it for the Christmas season, but you also can do a round for the fall season or for the summer season. It doesn't matter. And you also can do this round. I did glue it on top of here, but you also can do it with some sticky gum and just use every time another round and use for any season something else. So, and you can also do this on top of here. So you see, I have a couple of my Christmas trees. I have always a Christmas village, so I have a lot of Christmas trees laying around, and I have some red berries, very simple berries from a garden. I always cut them out. I keep this very simple. I have to see if maybe these trees are also a little bit too big. So I'm going to press them down. I'm going to do one on this side, a bigger one, and one bigger one on this side, a little bit sideways. Of course, I have two of the same over here in the middle, like this. And now we're going to look for two. I think these are a little bit almost the same size. I'm going to place them. Maybe you also can leave it already with this. This is also already enough Christmas Christmas tree. But I'm going to try to squeeze it in. So we will see if this will work or not. Or maybe it doesn't work. So, and this one over here. And you see, he is inside, but of course, maybe for some people it is a little bit too much. And now we get some little cute berries, and we can do them on the sides over here. And we make a nice bundle of 3, and of course they have to stick together. And we have to make sure that we get them on the inside. And we have here also a one of 3, and we're going to try to this one also over here. And I'm going to do a couple of them, I think, in the middle, like here. And I think for me it's already more than enough. And what I'm going to do, I have also the smaller Christmas trees, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to squeeze them in between here. and I make sure that I have, you see, I have to cut off this little stamp on the end. You see this metal stamp, I have to cut them out, and then I'm going to place them inside of the ending. Here I will do 2, here 1, here 2, and of course here 1 and here 1. So we need 6 little trees. So I placed also the smaller trees on top, and you don't see them right now, but you will see that now in a quick impression. And here you see a quick impression of our tumbling tile blocks windmill planter, and I'm so happy how it turned out. Of course you can use it for any season. I use it for Christmas in July, but of course go ahead, take any season you like, or maybe you also can do some daily decor inside, do some boxwood greenery inside, and you always have your own little windmill planter. If you did this DIY together with me, I hope you also have now your own little windmill planter, but if you only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching, even when it was a little bit of a chaos. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything and it would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking. If you want to see more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. And for now, I wish you all an amazing day. See you next time. Bye.